Hi, this is Steve at Hilltops IT, and in this video we're going to take another dive into the capabilities of the new QuoteWerks Web API. Now, with QuoteWerks Desktop for quite some time, we've had the capability to tie things to certain events. One of those events is selecting a contact. So as soon as I open my contact manager, this is QuoteWerks native contact manager. It works exactly the same with others, albeit a slightly different search screen. When I hit sold to, ship to, or bill to, an event will fire off that we can tie another process to it. Now, some of the processes that we've tied to it, for example, are reaching out to the accounting package. Is this customer on hold? Does this customer have overdue invoices? Is this customer on 30, 60, 90-day terms, pro forma, whatever it might be? In terms of reaching out to the QuoteWerks databases, how many quotes have I done for this customer this year, last year? How many were won? How many were lost? How many were closed for any other reason? But those useful insights, which yes, you could go to your contact manager to see this, yes, you could run a report on it, but to have that information immediately presented to you as you're selecting that contact can be very, very useful to the person using QuoteWerks. So what I've done is within my scripting manager, I've created a prompt which is asking the AI assistant to generate a script which reaches out to a web service. I'm just looking at the QuoteWerks database here, and what I'm asking it to pull out is the number of quotes year to date, the value of those quotes year to date, and the same for last year and the year before. So we can get a comparison of how many quotes that we're generating and the sort of order value for those. Once it's got that information from the QuoteWerks database via the web service, we're then asking it to write the returned quote numbers and values to the document internal notes field. Now, there's a reason that I chose to write it to a field rather than prompting the user. I'll get into that later. But now, just for the Big Bang effect, as you can see, we've got that after contact selection selected. The event is turned on. I'm going to generate that script, and this is where the AI assistant surprises me because it's done something slightly different every time I've done this in preparing this video. Taken a little longer than usual. Okay, and let's come back. So let's see what it's given us. I just want to check a couple of things. Okay, checking that there's a document open. Good practice, really like that. Absolutely not necessary because a document is going to have to be open for me to select a contact, but I like the good practice in putting that step in. It's then calling my web service here. It's receiving this response, and this is where it's preparing the content of that response to then write it to the internal notes field, and that all looks pretty good. One anomaly there, but we'll get to that. I've saved that. Now going back to my workspace, and now when we select a contact, we'll select ABC widgets this time instead of Aspire. Okay, bottom right there you can see it's toasted me that it has updated the internal notes field. So let's go and have a look at the internal notes. So yeah, we've got the quote numbers and values. So year to date 5, last year 50, blah blah blah. The anomaly I was referring to is these values, the currency values. Before, when I've been doing this, it has converted them to a currency rather than leaving them as numbers. It'd also be nice to see a comma in there to denote the thousands. Let's see if we can just tweak that script slightly to force it to do that for us. Okay, back to my scripting manager, and we're still on the after selection. Let's open up the thing here. Okay, write the return quote numbers and values formatted to currency. There is a little bit of an idiosyncrasy there in English language where am I asking it for the values to be formatted to currency or the numbers and the values formatted to currency? A little bit of an idiosyncrasy. Let's see what the AI assistant makes of it. Okay, let's come back. Let's hide that. And all this looks pretty much the same. And here we go. I knew from the QuoteWerks API documentation that there is this function format as currency, so we're now getting those values, and it is just the values, it's not the numbers as well. It has understood that we just wanted those currency values formatting as currency, and again it's writing that sales summary to the internal notes field. So let's save that. And let's go back to our workspace and back to our sold to, shipped to, and let's select Aspire this time. Toasted me that it's successful. Let's go and have a look at those notes. And there we go. Slightly different numbers, obviously different company, but we have got those values formatted as a currency. Okay, so I did raise the question, why am I writing it to the internal notes field rather than actually prompting the user? The reason for that is I did find a couple of anomalies with asking the AI assistant to do that. If I just grab my text document, and I'll show you those anomalies right now. We'll rerun the AI assistant. So let's open up this here. Okay, I'm just getting rid of this bit which is talking about writing it to the internal notes field. What I'm asking it to do instead here, still calling the function, sends a toast message to the user with the quote numbers and values. So that toast message, that's that little red if it fails or green if it's successful message down the bottom right hand corner. So let's give that to the AI assistant. Let's see what it comes back with this time. Like I said, it has surprised me a couple of times with doing slightly different things. Let's see what it's done like this time. Okay, all that top bit looks the same, and it's formatted it slightly differently in terms of the way that it's getting that format as currency, but it is still formatting that as currency. What I'm noting here is we've got some carriage returns in here. That's what this \n is, which again was common with the writing it to the internal notes field. And yeah, it's toasting us with that message. So going back here, and what I just want to reinforce, these carriage returns, they're present within these fields. We've got two after the kind of title, then just one after each of these. And yeah, there's two after the title and then one after each of these. Let's save that. Let's go back to our workspace. Come back to the sold to, shipped to. And we're looking out for the toast message this time. So let's select ABC widgets. Okay, now what I'm noticing here is the carriage returns aren't present, which does kind of make that a little bit difficult to read. So yeah, one for the development team. I don't know if maybe carriage returns are deliberately removed from those toast messages, but I have tried several different ways, but it doesn't seem to retain those carriage returns within the message that is sent. The other thing that I tried and which didn't work, and is actually my preferred way to achieve this, which is to actually put these values in front of the the user. So I've just grabbed another note out of my notepad. This time I'm asking it, please create a function which calls a web service, same as before, and prompts the user. So prompt the user rather than toast them or write it to a custom text field. So let's generate that. Got that back. And yeah, it's formatting it in a similar way. So we've got those, we've got BRs in here rather than \n's. I wonder if those will work with the toast message. But anyway, what I wanted to get to was the prompt user. So it is saying prompt the user. That is a message box. We've seen it in other places where it works. It doesn't, however, unfortunately seem to work with this. So if I go back to my workspace, come here, select Aspire, and that has worked, which has completely thrown me. I was having an instance where this message box just simply would not appear. That is obviously working now, so development team, you can stand down on it. Yeah, what comment have I got here? It'd be nice if this was wide, so it was on one line. I don't know if there's an option in the future to be able to specify the width of these messages that appear, maybe. But yeah, another nod to the development team as to how they might be able to further improve the AI. What I do want to go back to now, and I hadn't planned this, so this is running on longer than I anticipated. I just want to try that toast again. Let's open that up. Let's replace that with the toast message. Okay, let's generate that. Okay, hide that. And it's come back with those \n's. So let's try BRs. This is a go off paste and see if we can save the development team looking into something else for us. Okay, that's looking pretty good, and we've still got that format as currency, which is nice. Save that, and back to our workspace, and let's search again. ABC widgets, all. Okay, no, the BRs didn't work. It obviously is the \n's that may work, but yeah, development team, if you don't mind taking a look at that, then that would be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, this has been a longer video than I anticipated. Again, just to reiterate, what we've been able to achieve with this script is pulling information from an external system, or potentially pulling information from an external system, from a web service. That, like I said, that web service could be connected to your Business Central. It could be connected to your QuickBooks, your Sage, your whatever you're using, to pull back that financial information and prompt the user so that they're more aware of anything that may be going on with a particular company or a particular contact. I hope you found this useful. I would really like to know your thoughts, hear your comments, and see how you're pushing QuoteWerks Web AI forward. My contact information, or the company contact information, is on our website, hilltopsit.co.uk. Several email addresses, phone numbers, and you can also contact us through social media. Thank you for watching, and I will no doubt be posting again soon, so look out for it.